All right, it's a combination as good as peanut butter and chocolate, the Omaha Symphony and Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium.
Carnival of the Animals is a family series concert featuring some very special guests and beastly songs.
And here to tell us about all of that, music director Thomas Wilkins. Mandy Krebs is from the zoo. Good to see both of you this morning.
Both of you together.
And who's this?
Yeah. This is Foster. She's a sulfur-crested cockatoo.
She does all kinds of things too, right?
Well, she does. She likes to talk. I'm sure we'll hear her quite a bit. Can you say hello?
She's good.
And she likes sunflower seeds.
She loves
she's
sunflower
getting a snack
seeds.
for breakfast.
She's making a nice mess over here. I can see that.
That's what vacuums are for.
All right, Thomas, what is Carnival of the Animals all about?
Well, it's about animals. It's about composers who write music inspired by animals. Camille Saint-Saens, the famous Carnival of the Animals, is on that program. But Elgar the Wild Bears and then the Great Mouse Detective. I mean, there's lots of great music inspired by animals. But for me, the big attraction is the fact that we actually have animals on stage, so that's pretty cool.
So which animals will you bring on stage? Because some of these will be represented musically because you can't bring an elephant out.
Right, and there are no bears on stage.
Right.
No bears, no lions.
Right.
Which animals will you be able to bring onto the stage?
Well, we have, I think Foster's going to be on stage with us.
Who's this? The picture up
That's
now.
Q-Tip. That's one of our chickens.
That's a chicken.
Playing a piano?
She is playing a piano.
Right.
You know, we thought, let's show what these animals can do. We wouldn't normally train a chicken to play the piano, but we thought, why not? For
It
this
works
setting,
here.
let's do it.
I love that. It's great.
So we're also going to have a North American porcupine. We're going to have a couple of tortoises. And then we're going to have our scarlet macaw. And you're going to get to see the animals do a little bit of something that you probably wouldn't normally see them do just at the zoo.
You don't want to give it away.
I don't want to give it away. I mean, we gave away the chicken playing the piano, but there's some other special pieces too.
Hey, Thomas, the composer didn't want to see this beyond the two initial performances.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he thought the world wasn't going to take him seriously as a classical composer, because this was a piece really for children about animals. And it's the great irony, of course, is that this is one of his most well-known pieces.
I'm sorry, what composer?
Camille Saint-Saens,
Yeah.
the French composer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he created a piece. We got to hear it a couple times, and then he put it away for fear that people wouldn't take him seriously, which is too bad.
Yeah. How does it? What's the feedback? What's the response to it? I mean, what have you heard?
You know, it's funny because, as I said, it really is one of the most popular pieces that we know of his, and the response on an intellectual level is pretty phenomenal because he manages to make the orchestra really sound like what a tortoise moving slowly looks like, and you know what kangaroos what they look like. You know, we get to see that with our ears. And thus its popularity.
To see it with your ears.
Yeah.
What a novel phrase, but that's what this show is all about.
It really is. I mean, that's what all of our children's program is about, is teaching kids how to become listeners and teaching kids the value of adding their imagination to the sounds that they hear. Because all of us, especially as we get older, our attention spans get shorter and we get less creative with our minds and our imaginations. So that to foster that ability in kids is very important.
Yeah,
for
and
us.
tying that visual in with the emotional side, tapping into both of those at the same time. Is this the first time that I guess animals have performed at the Holland Center? Have you?
It's the first time that in my tenure that and you know this is a dangerous thing, being on stage with animals and little kids.
It is.
Not supposed to work with.
We're breaking all the rules in one day.
Right.
So,
the pre-concert activities, you always do something special with these shows. What do you have up your sleeve this time around?
Here's the interesting thing. One of the things that we always do before the concert is we have what's called an instrument petting zoo.
Yeah,
so the fact that we are going to have an instrument, that basically means kids get a chance to touch instruments and try to make sounds out of them, so they get a chance to, it's like a petting zoo. And on this particular day, we actually have also animals from a zoo. So it's,
in the lobby.
In the lobby.
Before the show.
Right.
Yeah, and Mandy, will you be that? You'll be helping with the animals.
Yes.
What is that process like in trying to wrangle up all these animals, and then you have all these kids and,
and
all
the
people come to see
choreography
this?
of when to have them on stage and off. I mean, you've now got a program to contend with.
This has been a whole new learning experience for our department. We are used to taking animals into classrooms, and at the zoo and meeting people in that way. But to bring them into the Holland Center has been really a new experience, and it's different for animals coming into any new venue. You have to get them comfortable there, and get them acclimated to the different sounds. Having an orchestra, is going to be completely different, so they don't react the same way that they would if those pieces weren't there. So just getting them used to it and comfortable has been a whole different process.
Well, how did they respond? One of the first times when they...
Funny, we haven't done it yet.
We haven't done it.
So you haven't brought them together yet?
Yeah, we're actually going to plan some time for the orchestra players to be on stage making noise and making sound.
Well, I want to be there for that part. Can I come to that part?
Why
You're
don't you
really good at
stand in
making
for me
noise.
at that part?
We've been bringing the animals to the Holland Center for a few months now, just getting them used to the space and the lights and to the to the new smells, and then bringing the orchestra in is going to be that next piece. So it'll be new for all of us.
That's interesting that you've been planning this and putting so much into it ahead of time. What do you recommend in terms of the age for the kids that would appreciate this show the most?
Well, I think the age doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, sometimes when you have infants, that can create a little anxiety on the part of parents having little babies in there. But really, I mean, anybody who's young enough to enjoy either the zoo or music is certainly welcome into that room.
It's such a great partnership this is.
It is. I love it.
I hope you'll do it again.
We put the information up on the screen right there, the Omaha Symphony Family Series concert. It's Sunday, March 9th, which is this Sunday at 2 o'clock, Holland Performing Arts Center, and you know exactly where that is.
I do.
Right downtown, omahasymphony.org.
You can get tickets online. Thank you both for being here, Thomas.
Our
It's good
pleasure.
to see you, Mandy. Good
Yeah,
to see
great
you.
to see you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Foster. Have fun Sunday.
Foster, does Foster say goodbye?
She does.
She waves, too. That's great. Doesn't get any better than that.
Can you do it one more time? Now that
Well, now she's got her seed. Let's give her a minute.
Give her a second.
It's like I'm to it.
Don't bother me while I'm eating.
Right.
Okay, she's almost got her down. There she goes.
She's still working on it. So sorry for the dead air.
I'm going to talk for a second here. Guests in the Morning Blend start their day with coffee from Pears Gourmet, the official coffee of the Morning Blend. And to learn more about Pears, go to omahamorningblend.com and click on that Pears logo right on the homepage.
She's still working on it.
She's still working on it? Yeah, she's still nibbling it.
Give it one more shot. It's not going to happen.
These animals.
Good luck. Good luck.
That's why
to
you
you.
Say bye-bye.
Oh, no, she did it. That's funny.
You missed it. The Rough Stock Rodeo Series brings some of the best rough stock athletes in the world to our area.
Yeah, one of them will join us next. Two-time bareback riding world champion, Kelly Timberman. Bye-bye.